Okay, we are back with some more Rosalia. Next up is Mio Cristo Piange Diamanti. Is this Italian? That sounds Italian, even though I can't speak it. Produced by Rosalia herself, Noah Goldstein, and Sir Dylan. I salute you, sir. Okay, let's go to the English page, and let's go.
Sei
There we go.
l'uragano più bello che io abbia
Interesting.
mai
Beautiful hurricane.
visto. Il migliore dei dolmen si alzarebbe per te. Fai tremare la terra e si innalzi al tuo fianco, ma quando non riuscire ad elevarsi sei tu.
Ooh.
Sei tu.
The hurricane is no longer hurricaning.
Imperfetti, agenti del caos, ci smontiamo come i miti, mio re dell'anarchia, mio astro imprudente preferito. Quando piangi raccogli le tue lacrime e bagna
What's
la tua
happening?
fronte, qualunque sia il crimine. Cristo piange diamanti.
That was fucking scary. Guys, I really love, again, it's like the way it tells a story just sonically, but also lyrically. And the idea of like a beautiful hurricane is interesting. Like you're defining that person as that because it's like normally if it's a hurricane happening, like a tornado or whatever, you run from it. You know, no one's gonna run into a freaking tornado. So this guy, like she says later on, like a king of anarchy. You know, he's not, he's an agent of chaos in a sense. And then it's a dangerous thing, man. It's a dangerous thing. It's not always the most perfect thing. It's imperfect. I don't know who exactly she's talking about. Probably like maybe someone in real life. I don't know, but it's really interesting again with the way she like uses the idea of the hurricane, and playing with that kind of like wordplay. When you cry, gather your tears and wet your forehead, because it's like, you know what I mean. When it's a hurricane happening, it's also just raining everywhere. So again, crying as well. Interesting, guys. Very interesting. The crescendo thing that happened here was kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Piange diamante, piange,
Eyes of diamonds.
diamante, mio Cristo in diamante. Ti porto sempre, sempre ti porto
Fluttering.
sempre. Ti
She's the butterfly in the hurricane.
porto sempre, sempre.
For a moment there, those notes were haunting.
La verità è che entrambi abbiamo macchia e nessuno dei due può sfuggire di l'altro. C'è sempre qualcosa di te che ancora non so come il lato
Dark side of the
nascosto
moon.
della luna una volta svelato. So che non lo dimenticherò. Quanti pugni ti hanno dato che avrebbero dovuto essere abbracci, e quanti abbracci hai dato che avrebbero potuto essere pugni. Mio caro
Ooh, she flipped it
amico,
back.
l'amore che non si sceglie, non si lascia cadere. Mio caro amico, conta la gravità
Grace is grave. That's why he's reckless. Dude, the way it's like the power is back and forth. Your vocal.
Mio Cristo in diamante, ti porto sempre, sempre, ti porto sempre, ti porto sempre.
Oh, wow. Dude, god damn, guys.
And then
And then Tom, guys, that why did you gotta scare me like that? It's such an interesting story. It's like no one's perfect, you know, they both have like stains on the past and stuff. And she'll never see the other side of him, no matter how long they know each other. They'll still never know like the depth and the stuff they went through to that extent. They might be able to tell you of a traumatic time in their life, but you won't truly understand it unless you went through the exact same thing. And the idea of like how we learned earlier how he's like reckless and a king of anarchy, you know, like a dangerous kind of dude. But then we're kind of like looking back at his past, maybe how many punches were you given that should have been hugs? And how many hugs have you given that should have been punches? Where it's just like one of those kind of things where you keep around people that aren't good for you, but that's kind of like out of habit again, just kind of your learned behavior. And what you say earlier, like with you, gravity is graceful and grace is grave. What does she mean by that? Grace is grave, I can understand with the past stuff that we just talked about with the punching and stuff, but gravity is graceful. The line makes use of a figure of speech called chiasmus. This figure of speech is quite widespread in Italian classic literature, most easily found in medieval and Renaissance literature, being Dante and Aristotle. However, it was resumed even by modern writers, Manzoni and Leopardi. Oh, it's like a scheme. It's like a writing scheme, a syntactic ABBA scheme. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I thought it was like a... Oh, dude, this is like a whole ass essay. Oh my God. You guys can't see that, but like, holy moly, I'm not gonna read all that. I doubt anyone wants to even hear me talk that long. Oh, Rosalia, the god that you are. It is very fucking. This is why I say like she should collab with Aurora on a track like this, because like this is just the perfect kind of orchestral style, and godliness. You know what I mean? Like it's just so heavenly that I think Aurora and her would just make a perfect song. If they did that. This might be the most beautiful song of the year and one of the most heavenly tracks ever recorded. I don't want to glaze too hard because it is heavily orchestral. And orchestral stuff just automatically kind of has like a fucking beauty to it that's just ingrained in that style. But I'm not going to try and take away because her vocals are amazing. Again, it's all about personal preference. Like I can't find myself just listening to this on the average day, driving, playing games. I can't see myself listening to this in my everyday life. And that's just me. I'm sure some of y'all might, you know, prefer listening to orchestral stuff. Like some people love classical music, and I do too sometimes. But more so when I'm falling asleep, and there's not really any vocals in classical music. It's just beautiful pianos. But yeah, I still think it's a fucking cinematic song that I think this album should have had. It should be a visual album. I feel like every song should have like some kind of like music video to go along with it. And I guess she could still do that, but I don't think she's going to do that because it's already been out for a minute now. So that'd been really cool if there was like a visual album to this, because the tracks, every single one has been like cinema, and it'd be very awesome to have a visual to go along with that. Anyways, keep it to lead, man. I will keep. What will I rate this track? It didn't really have any like switch ups like the other ones. Well, not like switch ups, but like any other elements of different genres. This one was strictly orchestral and operatic, I guess, which was really cool in its own lane. But then again, like I said, it's not my particular taste, even though I love to hear it and experience it. It's not something I'm going to come back to very often. So I'm going to go a solid... I'll go at 9-0 because it just executed so well and her vocals are fucking awesome. So 9-0 for me, man. Really cool track.